Welcome, welcome, everyone. It is Thursday night, and this is JoJo Bennington, and I am welcoming you all to the Empowering Healthy Women 30-minute check-in. We do this every single week to talk to the girls. There's so many topics and things that are so important to us, and the guys just don't get or don't care about. And so,
No doubt.
we just want to have a space every single week where we can unplug from the hubby, unplug from the kids, unplug and just check in with our sisterhood community. And so my great friend, mentor, and partner, Liddy Flom, and I decided, I think we are on week, I don't know where are we at, like 12 or something, 14, whatever it is. We've been doing this and covering all different kinds of topics, not only health physically, but mental health, emotional health, talking about all different subjects, because we need to be, even finances we talked about last week, and credit. So there's things that we need to do as women to make sure that we are healthy all the way around. Okay, not just bits and pieces. We want to be complete souls, completely whole. So it's good to see all of your faces, and thank you all so much for hopping on and being here. And feel free every week to hop in with us from 5:30 to 6, and then at 6 we cut it. And if there's any questions left, then we will post them in the Facebook group. And if you're not on the Facebook group, please look up Empowering Healthy Women and join us. And I can't even tell you how thrilled I am to have this amazing human in my life. She is just meant so much to me and helped me, and is the most amazing mentor because she comes from such an authentic place of sharing her story and her life. And she's struggled with severe low self-esteem her whole life, and she didn't go to college, and sometimes we feel like if we're not college educated, then that drops our self-esteem even a little bit lower. And she is our Detroit waitress who is now a Los Angeles millionaire. And she's our queen of freedom. And we call her that because it's not just financial freedom. It's heart and soul freedom, and mindset freedom, and health freedom, and all of the things that are so important. And Miss Ronda Collier, thank you so much for hopping on tonight. And I know that you are on your way to the hockey game, so thank you all so much for hopping in here. One of the girls said to me, what do I do? I'm anxious all the time. I'm constantly dealing with this anxiety. And over this past weekend, I was so honored to be able to share the stage with you and watch you teach so beautifully about anxiety. And so I just last minute love you that you just stepped up when I said, hey, would you do this week? And you just loved me enough to hop on here and do this with us.
Absolutely. Hey, JoJo. Well, listen, can you hear me okay, love?
We can.
Okay. Thank you so much for starting this. This is such a beautiful platform for women to come together and just lift each other up and share what's working and what's not working, and, really be there for each other in that girly kind of way. As I'm not driving, as I'm being driven to the hockey game tonight. I'm honored to be here, and how cool is it that was it last week the girl was asking about anxiety?
It was, they've been posting up our topics or sending me messages and asking me to talk about certain things. And so We've just been finding people that can cover the topic. And so you just did this so beautifully that I said, wow, Rhonda would be so good to step in and talk a little bit about this.
Perfect. Well, I learned so much from you, and I'm so grateful for you, JoJo, in my life. And thank you, like I said earlier on the call, for your forgiveness piece at our seminar this past weekend. Such another deep level for me. And, let me just preface this by saying, yes, I am, it's been a journey, right? And the low self-esteem, and coming from Detroit, Michigan, my mom was a waitress. My father was a factory worker. I never went to high school, hardly. I didn't even like going to school. I definitely did not get a college education. And I wouldn't say I'm an expert at all on anxiety. However, I have recently had a really big dose of it, and I had to learn some coping skills And I'm so happy to talk about those because, man, it made all the difference for me. So I'll just preface it by saying that. And about the end of July, I was traveling on a family vacation. I was in Michigan, and I had my little dog Bella with me, who's just the light of my life. I don't have any kids, so I got a fur baby, right? And we go to Michigan, and we're checking into this beautiful family reunion that we had rented a little house on the lake, and everyone was showing up. And my sister arrives with her two dogs, and literally within an hour of everyone arriving, my sister's dog jumps my dog, and I have a little 4-pound Maltese. She's just a little peanut. Jojo knows her. She was just at Bliss. And anyway, things got progressively. She didn't really get attacked that hard, but she kicked off some conditions within her, and things got progressively worse. And I literally spent 4 days wondering if she was going to make it. I had to fly back across the country with her with me, and then she had to have an emergency MRI, and then she was in ICU. She was in intensive care for 3-4 days. We didn't know if she was going to make it. And obviously, any of you that have pets know that would induce a massive amount of anxiety into someone, because I was so worried about her and just so out of control, right? Anxiety is really, for me anyway, it's really that feeling of being out of control. And the truth is, and Jojo, what I started to learn is that I can't control the situation. Of course, we've always heard that, right? You can't control what happens, but you can control how you respond to it. That's really the only control we have. And so I literally went off the rails, Jojo. I mean, off the rails. Like, I could not function for days. And I got a call magically from my coach, one of my coaches, out of the blue. We hadn't spoken in like 2 years, Bill Mayer, who you know. And he said, he just started coaching me on this. And he said, tell me what's going on. And I told him, and he said, all right. He said, let's do some work. Are you ready? And I said, yeah. And he said, do you want to be able to stop the anxiety, the worry, the fear in an instant? And I said, yes, I do. Please. I can't even function, And so he taught me a beautiful process that I started using, and I'll teach it here, and everyone can ask questions. We can practice it. I've continued to use it as needed whenever I'm feeling any anxiousness. Who knows? Maybe it's traffic. You're running late for something, or you're waiting for a test result to come back from your mom's doctor's appointment, or any of this, right? And so, again, it's what we're doing. It's what I'm doing with it's what I'm choosing. And that's the word, right? It's what I'm choosing to do with my focus. It's what I'm choosing to do with my attention. It's what I'm choosing to do with my energy. And we get to choose. I get to choose. You get to choose. We all get to choose. And we can choose to go down the road of fear, worry, lack, doubt, and focus in on the worst possible outcome that could happen. And that makes me feel really, really bad, right? And I believe that what I focus on, I'm creating, right? I'm co-creating. What I focus on, I grow. And where I put my energy really, really matters. And so what my mentor taught me, what my coach taught me, Jojo, was like really to catch it in the first 3 seconds, right? Because, and sweet Laura Wagner is on the phone. We've been really talking about this too. And Chelsea and I have been talking about this, and a few of us from our recent retreat that we went to. And it's really about, and I talked to Melissa, which was the beautiful lady that we did the process with at the retreat. I talked to her after the retreat, and she says, Rhonda, being able to use this process in the first 3 seconds is crucial, because if I don't catch it fast enough, it can really snowball, right? And that's where the anxiety can get into that out of control feeling. And so, but we can always step back in and take control, no matter how long it's gone, right? And so the process is gratitude, Jojo. And it's so cool, right? Because gratitude instantly raises my frequency, right? It instantly raises my vibration. So just take a moment right now, right? And just kind of check in. How are you feeling? You've had this day. I'm in traffic. but that's cool because I'm not driving, right? But I've had this day. There's been a lot going on, and I'm just checking in with how I'm feeling right now. And then now, after you've just kind of checked in, okay, I'm feeling whatever that is, right? Now, just think for a second about something you're really grateful for, right? Something you're super grateful for. Like, I'm super grateful that Bella's alive, right? So, and she's doing well. So I could think of that, and just think for it. Just check in for a second how that makes you feel, right? Obviously, that makes you feel better, right? Obviously, do you feel a lift, you guys? Do you feel like your energy kind of goes up a little bit? And so, in the anxiety moments and in the moments of fear, worry, lack, doubt, shame, not good enough, whatever your mind is doing that's creating a below the line feeling. A below the line feeling is just anything other than a good feeling, right? When that shows up, the coolest thing, JoJo, that I was taught and that I used, and it helped me so much during that massive time of anxiety, was to get into gratitude for that negative feeling. Because that negative feeling is so powerful. That negative feeling is showing me that I'm focusing in on and therefore creating that which I do not desire. Let me say that again, right? Because we are constantly creating with our thoughts and our feelings, but 90% or more of our thoughts are unconscious. They're subconscious, right? So the feeling of anxiety is like a knock on my noggin, right? It's like a hello. It's like a stop sign. It's like, it's showing me, is bringing me present, if you will, to the fact that I'm focusing in on, most likely unconscious, maybe consciously, and therefore creating that which I do not desire. Because what I focus on grows, period. Where I put my energy, that thing will expand. Okay? And so you put your energy into something good, you put your energy into something you want, something you desire, then you can be growing that, right? If you put your energy into something you don't desire, you can be growing that. It's our choice, right? And so it's super powerful to just drop into gratitude instantly for the anxiety. So this is what I do. This is the mantra. Thank you, thank you, thank you. 3 thank yous. Something really powerful about 3. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you want, you could touch your heart. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you! I almost want to say a nasty word right here, like F yes, right? Like fucking yes. You know, get into the gratitude. Thank you for this anxiety. Thank you for showing me that I'm focusing in on and therefore creating that which I do not desire. We are gifted with that negative emotion. It serves me. Thank you, right? Because I don't want to create that thing that I'm feeling anxious about. I was feeling anxious that Bella wasn't going to live. I was feeling anxious that she was going to be in severe pain. I was feeling anxious that I was going to lose her. I was feeling anxious of all the things I didn't want. That's what anxiety is. I'm focusing in on what I don't want. Because when I focus in on what I do want, Bella's healthy. Her spine is perfect. She survived. We're laughing. We're running on the beach. We're at bliss together. When I focus in on that, there is no anxiety. It's a choice. And I'm not saying I'm perfect at it. And I'm not saying I did it every single time. But the more I did it, the better I felt. The more I did it, the better I felt. The more I did it, I could take myself out of the anxiety and function again, you know? And so, Jojo, do you have any questions or anything that you want to ask? Because this is the process, man. I've been working it.
I love that. Thank you so much. It's so walk us through the steps. So I'm feeling a negative feeling.
Okay.
Okay. And then I'm noticing that I'm feeling this ick.
Yep.
And I'm going to drop into gratitude. And thank you, thank you, thank you for showing me that I am focusing on what is it serving me, things that I don't desire. And immediately I can switch that to
so
side.
let me say this. Thank you, thank you, thank you. There's 3 thank yous for showing me I am focusing in on and therefore creating that which I do not desire. It's waking me up. Like, I don't want that. Why am I spending time focusing on Bella not healing? Why am I spending time on her being in pain? Why am I spending time on her feeling sick? No. I don't want that. Like, don't put my energy there. So thanking the emotion for showing me that I'm focusing in on and therefore creating. And if you know, just jump up and down, use your physiology. You could scream, you could shout, you could say the F word like I did, whatever it takes to just shift you, boom, right? So that's step 2. So first, just get thank you, thank you, thank you, and then the mantra for showing me. Thank you for this anxiety. Thank you for this fear. Thank you for this worry. It's showing me. Thank you for showing me. I'm focusing in on and therefore creating that which I do not desire. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now that gratitude lifts me out of the anxiety, out of the fear, out of the worry, and now I'm in my empowering energy, if you will. And now I just literally start focusing in on and seeing in my mind's eye that which I desire. Okay, so now I'm seeing Bella's spine healing. I'm seeing the medicine working. I'm seeing her coming home. I'm seeing her in her bed. I'm seeing us running on the beach. I'm seeing what I want. The only reason I have the anxiety is I'm just focusing in on what I don't want. It's a choice, right? So run that movie of what you do want. Run it, run it, run it. It's a movie, right? Think about when we go to the movies, right? It's not real, right? The movies aren't real. Right? But we still scream when the guy jumps out and you know, attacks us, right? And the girl on the ah! Right? Because our mind does not know the difference between imagination and real. Right? You're muted, I think, Jojo.
Ah,
there you are.
There I am. Wow. And so what simple steps?
Yeah.
Does everybody feel that? Could you feel like when she went through that? Were you going through it with her? Was everybody going through it when she did it too? Did it lift you? Somebody unmute and chime in and tell me how that made you feel.
I know when she shared this over the weekend, it was huge for me because I had just shared the night before how I have anxiety every day, and just that reminder to go back to gratitude is huge because I know that, but yeah, I don't do it. And so it was just awesome to be reminded, and I have used it since then and it's been awesome. So thank you.
Good for the reminders, right? Liddy, do you want to say something?
Yes. Oh my gosh. I mean, so real. I've sent this text message to everybody. I'm just hoping that there's so many wonderful women I know on this call that are messengers. And Rhonda, one of the things you said, like the present moment, you became aware of like your present moment and where you are. So your thank you was your gratitude. And I thought about the word present. So I wrote down present. And I think in the Happy Pocket Full of Money, it talks about that the word present means pre-sent. And that word just came to me like, you know, we present the gratitude by way of saying, thank you. And therein lies the shift, even in the unknown, but you are standing in the present message of the present. And that's gratitude. Thank you.
I love it. Thank you, Liddy. Thank you, Chels.
Hi, Jojo. This is Maria Dawson.
Hi, Maria. How are you? So good to hear your voice.
Oh, thank you. I am so grateful to you, Rhonda, for doing this exercise again because it kind of cements it even more. And my thought was, well, I just have to practice doing this. And even if I don't do it perfectly, thank you for sharing with us that you're not perfect at it either. That just gives me a lot of hope because I grew up in a home that I was told you have to worry. And when I would tell my parents, don't worry, they would say, of course you have to worry. You have to worry. So I'm wanting to shift that and know that I don't have to worry and that I can catch that anxiety very quickly and go into a place of gratitude. Thank you so much.
Great job, Maria. Great job. Yes, and eventually you know, you will build new neural pathways in your brain. And, you know, like, so I don't have that anxiety, that amount of anxiety now, because guess what? Bella's great. She's healthy. She's running around. She's on the beach. Everything's magical again. But there are moments where stuff comes up, right? But Maria, for you, just know that the more you practice it, it's a practice. It's progress, not perfection. It's catching our negative emotions and knowing that they're so beautiful. They're there to help us get back focused on the truth, right? And the truth is that we can co-create our world. And the truth is we are not powerless. We are all powering. And the truth is that you know, we can do that. And so as we begin to practice that, Maria, just work on it, and it can be a very, very quick process, right? Thank you for this worry. Thank you for showing me I'm focusing in on, therefore creating that which I do not desire. Thank you. And then roll tape, you know, just, you know, think about the athlete. Think about the supreme athlete, right? How many times do they visualize that shot perfectly, right? And they have a system that they step up to the shot the same time every single way, right? And then they execute the shot and they focus in on it. But like Brandon was teaching at Bliss about, anyway, one of the athletes, I forget, but think about that, right? It's the same thing, Maria, with what you're doing. You're gonna start training your brain to focus in on that which you do desire. You're going to start running the tape and the pictures in your mind of the things that you are wanting to experience. And eventually you're going to have new neural pathways in your brain, which is going to be second nature. But worry and doubt and fear and anxiety and lack and all that stuff, it's never going to go away completely. It's our gift. It helps us become conscious. And thank you, Liddy, for that present moment. Preset, right? Nice. All right. I'm happy. I can't. Who's going to be on next week?
Thank you, Maria. Well, next week is next week
Thanksgiving. It's Thanksgiving week.
I think we'll empower ourselves to take the night off.
Okay. Well, I'd like to be on the following week.
And then
so
we will be on the following week. And I actually think Carrie's going to step in too and give us more tools. And so we're going to have like two. It'll be like our second week of this, because I just think it's so important for us to have the tools to be able to move us through. And this is really simple for us to be able to work with, and hopefully that is going to be so easy for us to be able to drop into. But you know what, we have the video, it's recorded, we can always go back if we forget. And did we lose Rhonda? Where'd she go? Oh, there she is. You moved on my screen, I couldn't see it anymore. It's all good. So does anybody have any questions or anything they want to throw in towards the end here? Remember that if you haven't joined the Facebook page, join Empowering Healthy Women. And if you have any questions during the week about the topic, anxiety or anything, all of the calls are archived there. So if you want to go back over any of the ones that are there, please do. We've had some great speakers. Liddy taught a great whole section on gut health and candida. We had an amazing master of credit on last week. So if anybody wants to know that, go back through the Facebook page and watch those. But Rhonda's piece tonight will be there. So that it'll be on the Empowering Healthy Women page. Does anybody have a quick question? Because we're coming right to the end, or something they want to add in, or a comment, or a thank you, something.
Jojo, just real quick, it's Rhonda here again. I just want to invite everyone. I do a Facebook Live on Sunday at 5 o'clock Pacific time, and it's all about mindset. It's all about manifesting, and it's on my Ronda Collier page. So just type in Ronda Collier with no space on Facebook, and you'll find my page. And everyone's invited to that Sunday night 5 o'clock Facebook Live, and that's an ongoing thing on Sundays. And then on Tuesdays, I'm doing a Facebook Live right now, a 4-week free class on getting out of overwhelm using your schedule and your values. And I just started that last Tuesday, so everyone's invited. Same page.
Nice. So everybody get that, Ronda Collier, no spaces. You'll be able to find it on Facebook and join in.
Yeah, so if you like the page and then also hit follow, because that's how you get the notices, I guess. You can't just like it, you got to follow it to get the notices.
Follow the page.
Follow the page. Love to have you.
Thank you. We'd love to support you in that. And how it supports us back is so great. Thank you for always serving and offering added value to everything you do. Anybody
I
want to
just
add
wanted to
anything?
say, I just
Oh.
wanted to say thank you, JoJo, for I got the invitation for this, and I'm happy to see you and be a part of this group. And of course, I love my Rhonda, so this was the first great, and I have all these other familiar faces from Bliss that I just love. So this is great, and thank you. It's awesome.
Thank you, Laura. So good to see you.
Can you tell us the name of that Facebook page? Empowering Healthy Women?
Empowering Healthy Women.
Okay, thanks.
You bet. If there's any you can just private message me on Facebook under JoJo Bennington if you can't find it, and I'll add you in.
Great.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Rhonda. Have so much fun at the hockey game.
Hockey, yay! Love you guys.
Hope you have a nice warm jacket. Isn't
I
it
do.
always cold in the hockey rink? It is, right? So,
It's cold in there, yes.
right. Liddy, do you want to send us off with anything?
Oh gosh, I really would be honored. Thank you, Rhonda. Your brilliance and your just being authentic just draws me, I know, towards you. But I know that one of the things that you shared at Bliss is that you just have leaders in your life. And I thought to myself, I know that right now, I believe that we have followers for you. So if you're feeling like your bucket is empty by way of followers, I'm believing that for all of us coming to you is that, it's abundance. And I have gratitude as I'm going to represent the team at the moment and all for standing in for all women, that you do empower us to be the best that we can be and in thy, anointed self. I love you and treasure your spirit in your heart. Thank you for sharing.
Everybody blow Rhonda a big kiss.
Thank you, Liddy.
Mwah.
I love you all. Thank you so
Liddy.
much. Thank you.
Thank you, JoJo.
Gratitude to you.
Louisa, give me a call. Okay.
Bye, girls. Have an amazing evening. Thank you for stopping in
Powerful,
with us.
powerful ladies. Good night.
Love you all.
Blessings to
Good
Bella.
night.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Liddy. Bye.